Breaking right now at noon, the Georgia State Supreme Court ruling Douglas County probate judge Christina Peterson be removed from the bench. According to a decision issued today, Peterson violated multiple rules in the Code of Judicial Conduct. This decision comes days after Peterson was arrested at a nightclub in Buckhead.
Peterson now faces 2 charges: simple battery against a police officer and felony willful obstruction of law enforcement by use of threats of violence. The Georgia Supreme Court says Peterson is not eligible to be elected or appointed to any judicial office in the state for at least 7 years. Peterson's lawyer says the charges against her should be dropped and that she is now, and I quote, evaluating her next steps.
Oh, I'm so sure that you're evaluating your next steps. Following up on this story that we did a couple of days ago, where we actually released the entire body cam footage from the Atlanta Police Department, which showed in no uncertain terms, unequivocally, that Judge Peterson attacked a police officer. She acted very entitled, self-important, narcissistic, cursing the cops, not giving her ID, telling them, why don't you just Google me? Stop messing with me. And then, even her attorney, Marvin Harrington, said, we're going to appeal to the district attorney, Fani Willis, because remember, this crime, this incident at this martini lounge took place in Fulton County. And now a decree of the Georgia Supreme Court today, June 25th, 2024, Judge Christina Peterson is hasta la pasta. I'm also going to show you a video of, this was actually yesterday, or maybe 18 hours, not quite 24 hours ago, where Judge Peterson's attorney, again, Marvin Harrington, claimed that they had some new cell phone footage. Now, I'm sure they're going to try to fight this in some way, some shape or form. I'm sure Fani Willis is going to somehow inject her poisonous corruption into this and try to help a sister out. But Marvin Harrington claimed that there was some cell phone footage, which I'm going to show you, that actually proved her innocence. And I find it a bit dubious at best. But let's go through this here. So again, Atlanta, Georgia Supreme Court has ruled, this is absolutely huge, that Judge Christina Peterson should be removed from the bench. Additionally, she will not be eligible to be elected or appointed to any judicial office in Georgia for the next 7 years. The first-time judge from Douglas County has been the subject of several Fox 5 I-Team investigations since she took office in late 2020. So it's not just this incident that just happened recently. This is a corrupt, what a big shock. Here we are in Atlanta, Georgia. Boy, don't ever get caught jaywalking in Georgia, because you might end up in prison, God knows, with this criminal justice system. The real tragedy is the victims are the people of Atlanta, the people of Fulton County, the people of the state of Georgia who have paid their hard-earned taxpayer dollars, and this is what they get in return. It's absolutely abysmal. The Judicial Qualifications Commission decided in April that Peterson was guilty of, quote, this is really big right here, systemic incompetence. I want to highlight that because that is a really big deal, because she ignored courthouse rules, abused courthouse personnel, made inappropriate posts on social media, and in repeated cases failed to do her job. So, I mean, look at this. Their decision was made after 4 separate hearings on 30 charges. I mean, this last incident was just the icing on the cake. 30 ethic charges where Peterson had a chance to testify and confront her accusers. Holy macadamia nut. So what did she do? Check this out. The judge jailed a bride over a name change. The one that troubled the JQC panel the most involved Peterson's decision to jail a naturalized U.S. citizen born in Thailand for trying to amend her marriage certificate to include the real name of her recently discovered father. Seems legitimate, seems completely on the up and up. On August 2nd, 2021, the woman filed a petition in Douglas County to amend her marriage license application from 2016. She wanted to correct her father's name on the application and provided a translated birth certificate as supporting evidence. The document indicated it was not recommended as a legal document. Judge Peterson scheduled a hearing for August 24th, 2021, but did not mention any charges of contempt or inform the petitioner of her right to have legal counsel present. What kind of a judge would not inform the petitioner of their legal right to counsel? Sounds like a real fraudulent judge to me. During the hearing, Judge Peterson concluded that the translated birth certificate was fictitious, fraudulent, and forged. The petitioner explained she had initially listed her uncle's name instead of her father's because her uncle had raised her. Despite this explanation, Judge Peterson determined that the petitioner was attempting to defraud the court and held her in contempt. She was sentenced to 20 days in jail, but could be released after 2 days if she paid a $500 fine. The petitioner served 2 days in jail and paid the fine and was released. So the hearing panel found that Peterson did not have, what a big shock here, did not have a solid, proper basis for holding the petitioner in contempt and imposing the maximum sentence. The petitioner was trying to correct an innocent mistake rather than committing fraud. Seems like there's some sort of back channel, kickback kind of something going on there. On top of it all, just the fact that this Judge Peterson is absolutely unruly, unqualified, probably a DEI hire or elected official. DEI is the biggest contagion, didn't earn it, that has ever graced our beautiful country. It is the biggest disease, the most rotten virus. It's parasitic. It's spreading like wildfire. We have to stop it. The hearing panel also found that Judge Peterson's testimony that she concluded the petitioner committed fraud during the hearing and not before the hearing was false, as her contempt order focused on the alleged fraudulent marriage license application, not the birth certificate. So even more lack of ethics, lack of proper conduct for a judicial entity. It just gets worse and worse in Georgia. Additionally, I just told my wife literally before recording this, I go, honey, we are staying the F out of the state of Georgia. That place is an absolute hot mess. If you live in Georgia, if you live in Douglas County, Fulton County, let me know in the comments down below. What's it like over there? Is this just the kind of scratching the surface? And let me know if you visited Georgia recently, you plan on visiting Georgia recently, or you're never planning. I want to hear it in the comments. Let me know. Additionally, Judge Peterson failed to provide the petitioner with essential due process protections. There's a big shock, such as advising her of contempt charges, giving her reasonable opportunity to respond. And this is a real biggie right here. Allowing her to have legal counsel and call witnesses. What kind of a judge? Where is due process? Where is fair and impartiality? Where is actual protocol of law? The hearing panel determined that Judge Peterson knew the difference between direct and indirect contempt, but deliberately issued the hearing notice without informing the petitioner that a criminal contempt charge would be adjudicated. The ambushed petitioner, leaving her unprepared. The petitioner, leaving her unprepared to defend herself. The Georgia Supreme Court agreed with the JQC's findings. This is huge. Peterson is currently in her last year on the bench. She recently lost her bid for re-election. Then we have this. Peterson was arrested. So on top of all that, then we have this. Peterson arrested in Buckhead. She was also arrested last week in connection to an incident outside a restaurant. She is accused of striking an Atlanta police officer and refusing to provide her name during the arrest. There's the video that we just did on this. You have to check this out if you haven't already. According to Ms. Peterson's lawyer and Fulton County Commissioner Marvin Arrington Jr., the judge was trying to help a woman who was being attacked outside the nightclub when the incident with the police officer occurred. She is currently out of jail on bond.
Douglas County Judge Christina Peterson's attorney says it's not just about the police body camera footage released Friday, but also what happened before Atlanta police showed up to Red Martini Lounge in Buckhead Thursday.
She didn't even know the officer was there.
Arrington believes Peterson, who is a probate judge, was too distracted to notice. In the video, you can see commotion outside of the lounge. A man is seen punching a woman who identifies herself herself as Alexandria Love several times. You then see Judge Christina Peterson come into the frame, appearing to try to break up the fight.
The law allows you to protect others.
When Atlanta police arrive, according to arrest warrants, Peterson is accused of striking an officer with a closed fist. She's then put in handcuffs. On Friday morning, Atlanta police said the body camera footage wouldn't be released until the case is adjudicated, but then released the video Friday night. However, police won't comment on the change, though a spokesperson with APD did confirm they're investigating the man accused of assaulting Love. Body camera footage also shows the sitting judge later cursing at the arresting officer and refusing to identify herself.
It's illegal to drink and drive. It is not illegal to go somewhere and have a drink or two.
Peterson's conduct in the courtroom has been previously questioned.
Okay, wait a minute. It's not illegal to drink and it's illegal to drink and drive. Yes, of course. And it's not illegal to have a drink or two, but it is illegal to have a drink or two, act a complete fool, and attack a police officer. That's illegal. Man, oh man, oh man. Atlanta, Georgia, what is going on over there? I mean, what is happening? This is your criminal justice system? And it's not just 1, 2, 3. I mean, we got Fani Cash Money G. You got Nathan Philandering Wade. You got the egregiousness that happened to Amanda Timpson with the entire DA's office. You've got this Judge Suge Knight over at the YSL RICO trial acting a fool. You've got Miss Love, the prosecutor, who gets in fights with the judge almost every other day in that trial. You got Judge Peterson hitting cops. What is happening over there? I mean, what is happening over there? What has happened to the criminal justice system in Atlanta, in the state of Georgia? Atlanta is one of the biggest cities in the country, one of the most populated, one of the most economical cities. What is going on here? This is a grand city in the narrative of the United States of America. It's going down the toilet. I want to throw this off to you guys. What do you guys think? Do you think the Supreme Court was right? Do you think they were justified in barring Judge Peterson and giving her literally no chance of ever becoming a judge again? Do you think and this is really what I would love to hear your comments on, is this a message? Is this an implicit message to Cash Money G, Fani Willis herself, saying, we're coming for you. We're not letting you guys get away with this tomfoolery. We're not letting you guys get away with this free, open access, open arena to do whatever the heck you want, day in and day out, no matter what, with zero oversight. Are those days long over? It's finally people waking up and saying, you know what, we're sick and tired of our judicial system being run by essentially thugs. I mean, these are criminal thugs running the judicial system. I get message after message, email after email, DM after DM from people living in Atlanta saying, Nez, this corruption is filled to the brim in Atlanta. I get messages saying, my cousin's been trying to get his case tried. My niece, my nephew, my uncle, my whatever, my aunt, my mom. Backlog, 30,000 plus cases in backlog because she's too busy chasing Trump and she's too busy chasing Young Thug. And both cases, ask any legal scholar, any legal expert, defy any merit for any grounds or any justification for these charges to be brought up. So really, really interesting. I can't wait to hear your thoughts and your comments. Maybe this is a strong implicit message from Georgia, the Supreme Court, and maybe even the appeals court that, Fani, you're next. Let me know in the comments down below. Please tap that thumbs up because it really, really helps us out. I would really, really appreciate that. Subscribe, follow. If you made it this far, in the pinned comment is our free newsletter. It's absolutely free. All you got to do is click on that link, give us your best email, and you'll never miss out on any live breaking top current event right to your inbox that mainstream media won't cover. It behooves you. I would strongly suggest that you sign up for our free newsletter. We never share your email. We don't spam. That is not the Nez Nation way. Become a Nez Nation insider and sign up for our free newsletter. It's down below. Check out these videos coming up on the screen right now. Follow, subscribe, and as always, God bless you and may God bless America. I'll see you soon.